Honestly, Chris, this is the only time I party now.
Recording's in progress. Come on now. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to episode number 20 of the All Elite Murder Theater podcast. We are very happy to be here. Tammy just disappeared into oblivion. There she is again. Pops up. All right. God knows what's going to happen today. But we are here for our weekly review of Dynamite and Rampage. Hey, I hope everybody got to see the premiere episode. I guess it's the premiere episode of Total Darkness with Craig.
Yep.
Because that was totally fucking outstanding. So please go to our YouTube page, check it out. Also, want to let everybody know that we are now on Samsung Podcasts, so you can get your podcast from Samsung, which I believe is part of Google, but I'm not 100% sure. But yes, you can get that there. You can get us on Spotify. We're on pretty much everything. We're going to be on Apple pretty soon, so I'll let you know when that happens. So I just want to do a little housekeeping before we get into the podcast. So how's everybody
I
today?
also want to say something real quick. Tammy, in case you're already looking for it, I just got a frozen screenshot of Rave's face. So.
Oh, I didn't get it.
So I will send you one.
I got my camera here.
I'm going to start getting them as often as I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody look for it on Twitter because you're going to have to caption it.
What's funny is if you watch the videos back, sometimes all of us are frozen, or it'll be one or two of us and nobody says anything. And just one person's like.
Oh my gosh, I love it. We got to screen capture some of those. Those need to be on our shirts.
Yeah,
you heard it here first. We're gonna have shirts soon, or someday, and
or someday.
It's a goal.
Someday.
I personally want a shirt, but now I feel like I want 4 shirts. Okay, I want a shirt of all of us frozen together. I want a shirt of. Then I want individual shirts of us frozen together. And then I just want one with the logo that Chris is going to make at some point. Or might.
Okay.
Or already did. Or whatever is on our thing.
Whatever's on our thing. Okay, that's cool.
Our as an avatar icon, when you click on the YouTube channel. I want a shirt with that on it.
Okay. That sounds
I know
good.
that everybody's really excited about this too and wanted to hear my ideas. So now we can start the whole regular podcast. Thank you all for that.
All right. So
as long as you feel like you've gotten all the creativity out in the open.
Right. Just
so that
make
it can
sure.
breathe and air of opportunity.
Yes. And also other people can get excited about what they're going to look like.
Yeah. Nobody wants a shirt with my.
No.
I promise you. That Total Darkness. Go watch that. It's weird.
Go watch it. It's weird. It's fun. It's very entertaining. You'll like it.
Well, tell Craig I'm coming through town next Friday.
Yep. Craig.
I want a selfie. I demand a selfie at least.
A selfie with Craig.
Yeah.
I'll try to work that out.
If he doesn't
He's not a big fan of pictures. So.
I know. That's why I'm telling you to give him a heads up and start warming up to the idea.
There you go. So let's get some overalls. Let's do an overall first of Dynamite. Chris, overall. Yes, good, bad, ugly. Oh, silence. I like that even better.
I wouldn't go all the way ugly, but I wouldn't go all the way bad. It was an okay episode of Dynamite.
Tammy?
He's from.
Good, bad, or ugly, Tammy? What do you think?
I'm not prepared to answer this question. I need to relive this whole thing and go through my notes, and then I need to be back in the moment. So all the emotion has left me. There's other things that happened since then, like Rampage, and I just can't give an overall feeling right now.
All right. My opinion is upsetting. I wanted other things to happen that didn't happen, but we'll get into that later. So we start out Dynamite with CM Punk versus Dustin Rhodes.
A good way to start, I thought.
I thought it was a very good way to start too. What did JR says? It's a journey of survival. This one was one of his lines. I like the handshake. It seemed like I love JR. First of all, his quotes are the best. So, I mean,
best one-liners in history.
Oh, I'm telling you. You got to take away the vertical base. Take away that vertical base and you've got it. So it seemed like the crowd was split 50-50. They both were able to kind of like work their injuries, their alleged injuries, to their advantages on each of them. There was a flurry of offense on both. I mean, you look at this is like just two total professionals wrestling a good match. I thought this was an excellent match. I really liked it. Dustin's Code Reds, man, are just spectacular. They're so smooth. Almost all of his moves are smooth. I love his power slams off the ropes. Those are always amazing to me. They both had great strategies. They used it like a strategy to like against each other more than like, I'm better than you, you're better than me, I'm stronger than you, you're stronger than me. I like that a lot. Yeah, a couple of I love the misfire GTS and then the slip down and then CM Punk wins with the cover. That was really cool. And JR says you don't see enough of it. Friends at the end of the match. So I thought that was really cool. And definitely Punk wants to strap. So that's my opinion on it.
You think?
Yeah, that's my opinion on it. Now, Tammy, if you want to do your notes, or Chris, you want to get on this? You guys?
I want to hear the notes.
All right, here's Tammy's notes.
Ooh, all right. I hear they start. This is a great start. I'm buzzed, but pretty sure it would be really good either way.
Right off the top.
Justin moved.
Right off the top. Oh my God.
I was just being honest. I was like, hey, I was so excited. I was like, this is a great start. And then I was like, being honest, I'm buzzed, but I'm pretty sure that it was going to be great either way. All right. And I like how Dustin moves big, but smooth. And they just said vertical base, which sounds like a geometric wrestle, by the way, term. Just FYI. Back to the match. Dustin looks like he's pushing Punk with his elbow. Uh-oh, Dustin hurt his knee. Lots of damage to Dustin's knee. Looking for some comeback from Dustin. It's a bit back and forth, though. Dustin likes to punch people in the head, as he's doing right now to Punk. Ooh, shoot, his knee again. Almost a code red. A lot of back and forth. But so far, Dustin has had the worst of it. Slap off now. Now something like, and I actually drew a picture of a hand with fingers. I don't know why. Crossroads. I'm not sure. Now shock Dustin. Now shock Dustin? Oh, I must have been shocked. Now shocked. Dustin didn't pin Punk. Punk gets it after all. Respect. Oh my goodness, it looks like they love each other. It was a heartwarming wrestle.
I like it. I like it a lot. Good match, right? Slow build. The first half was a little like kind of going through the motions, sort of building the story they wanted to tell. And then second half was really good. Lots of action. Both of them really kind of pulled out all the stops. There was a lot of and nobody went into this match thinking, oh, we're going to see a bunch of flips and cool, crazy shit, because that's not what you want from these two guys anyway, because that's not what they do. But the stuff they were doing was like very like good, solid wrestling storytelling. It worked really well. It was dramatic. There was a build. There was a finale. There was that cool moment at the end. I loved all of it. And then Hangman came out.
Yeah, Hangman comes out and gives a stare down. They stare down at each other. So obviously Punk's going after this at some point. You think it's going to be on the Double or Nothing, or are you going to think it's the June pay-per-view?
I It seems like they might be rushing this program a little bit. Am I the only one that thinks that?
I mean, for as much as they extend every other program, I'm shocked that they're rushing this one. Maybe, so it's hard to really say.
Hey, I don't understand. What do you mean by program?
The match,
the pairing, the feud,
the storyline.
Yeah, the storyline.
Okay. Yeah, right.
So. Yeah, I mean
that might have been obvious to everyone. I'm sorry if it was, but I just wanted
it might not be.
It might not be, but I mean, you don't know because I mean, you know how much they've teased things in the past, and it's just been going on and on and on. Look at the Wardlow thing. That's a good example. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we thought, okay, next week it's going to happen. Next week it's going to happen. And it never did, and it took a long time.
Somewhere in my notes, I don't remember which area it was in, but I have something about them and their storytelling and how it's normally so long and these builds can be so slow. I'm sure we'll figure it out when we get to it, but it's weird that they would rush this out of everything.
Yeah, it would be weird if they rushed it. I mean, it's hard to say though. AEW, I like it when they get unpredictable. That's just me though, but we'll see. So then after that, we had Wardlow. Mark Sterling goes up to Wardlow, says he's got to wear the handcuffs, right? And then Wardlow looks at him and says, "Oink, oink, bitch." I thought that was great. So that was a cool promo. Any comments on that one?
I mean, if you're going to get hung up with a stupid thing, own it, right?
Exactly. So,
Tammy?
Anything on that one? Are you?
I like people that are badass, and I'm like, bring it, bitch. Okay, put them things on. Let's do this. I don't care. It's not going to stop me. I like it.
There you go. There you go. So then we had the Blackpool. All right. So then we had the Blackpool Combat Club versus Dante, Brock, and Lee Moriarty. Yuta on the right team. Right? Regal, he always calls him the man in the mask, which I love, which always cracks me up. Hello, Mr. Man in the Mask.
Best name ever.
I like how
saying Excalibur is too difficult.
Right.
So he makes it longer.
I know. And then Regal says, I went on a 3-day bender with Arn Anderson. I thought that was that's what he said. He went on a 3-day bender with Arn. I thought that was awesome. So then this basically felt like a beating of Brock Anderson. I mean, did anybody else feel that way? I mean, that's what I felt. Yeah.
I didn't feel like it was specifically about Brock, but I get your point.
You see what I mean? It seemed like Brock took a lot of beating.
He definitely did.
Yuta, the anger in Yuta came out a lot, which I thought was great, which made him fit better into the Blackpool Combat Club even more. Lee Moriarty off the ropes is great. He's very underrated for being a high flyer, man. I think people need to see him more and see him do some more stuff because he's really good. And I liked how he stood up to Danielson, and kind of like got in his face and wasn't going to let Danielson intimidate him, which was really cool. And it was, JR says, that shot loosened some fillings. So there's a couple of fillings got loosened. So, but it looks like the nosedive cost him. And then the paradigm shift on Dante and Mox looks like he wins the battle there. So let's hear some opinions of this match.
I want to hear Tammy's notes before I say anything.
All right. I think this is good me going in the middle because you can clean it all up for everything, Chris. So if I'm not making any sense. Okay, let's hope I can read them. Let's see. Yuta looking so much better now. Love his new look. This is a weird matchup. Dante's taking a beating and now flying around a little. Not sure why Brock lingered around to get his head jumped on. I like a brutal no more group hugs Yuta. Hi, Boot Lee. He's so dang cheerful. He's like the happiest, nice flipping guy ever. Nice flip by Dante too. Him and Mox are fire. He totally missed his target on that last flip though. Now everyone's getting stomped by Blackpool Combat Club and Mox pins Dante. Okay, The matchup made more sense, and I did end up entertained. I find that it was an eclectic wrestle.
An eclectic wrestle. I like that. Yeah, Blackpool Combat Club has some great gear, don't they? Moving on.
They robbed us.
So whatever.
I'm gonna sue everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
So this was kind of a random match, and we had Dante Martin in there for some reason, and then we find out later this week that Darius is injured. I'm assuming it has something to do with that. Now they're going to have to build his solo program again. They just kind of threw that all away a few weeks ago when they brought back Darius. So I don't know. What is this angle though? What is the angle now? Because I thought the Blackpool Combat Club thing was happening like as they were kind of training and doing all those sort of things. And is Ray frozen? We should take a picture of him if he is.
No, he's moving on my end.
No, I'm working.
You're not frozen anymore. Tammy's frozen.
Tammy's not frozen.
Maybe I have stuff. Anyway, it was a really brutal match, right? But like, what's the outcome? What are they going for? This is not a recruitment. This is just, hey, we're gonna beat 3 younger, less experienced guys.
An eclectic group.
I'm going to say this. About this. I think this is a way of the Blackpool Combat Club mowing through the AEW roster, and they happen to basically kind of start with them. That's what I think it is. I think it's more of, all right, Yuta, we're going to really ingratiate you into the Blackpool Combat Club, and we're just going to whoever steps up, we're just going to beat them down. It doesn't matter if they're power hitters, they're high flyers, they're mat wrestlers. It doesn't make a difference. We can handle any challenge. And I think even Regal was basically kind of alluding to that as well in the commentary. He made a couple of comments kind of like that. We can wrestle any style, he basically almost said in a nutshell he was saying. So that's my opinion on it. So I just think it's them kind of going through the roster, saying we're going to beat big, small, high fly, low fly. It doesn't matter. We're the Blackpool Combat Club. We're mean, we're nasty, and we're just going to get it done.
Right. That makes sense.
So,
yeah, I don't know if I like that, though. I kind of like the whole idea. Like, if you're going to throw them all in tag matches, they should be important to me. Otherwise, let them all do singles and then find, like, people that they want to, like, try to pick apart one by one, and then sort of run it that way. And then they could drag this thing out for a long time and have this whole Blackpool Combat Club be like an honor almost, to a point where, okay, if you're in line to fight the 3 of those guys, you know, you're about to really go somewhere. Yeah, right. I don't know.
I think it also shows street cred to whoever fights against them. So if that group of people, they've been trying to get Brock and Lee Moriarty and Dante to really get pushed over the top. If you look at it, they've been on a bunch of darks. You see Brock all the time. You see Lee Moriarty. You're starting to see, well, less of him, but you were seeing him a lot for a while. And I think that this is a way for, number one, it's good for ticket sales, number one, okay? Because everybody wants to see Danielson and Mox and then, you know, and William Regal, okay? So that's number one. So that gives them a card. All right, and it pleases the fans. And then you get to see these other people that are really good AEW wrestlers go against them and hang tough, which gives them more credibility down the road. So if they get some matches on Dark, you expect them to win, right? Because they've been up to the big leagues, so they're going to get pushed over the top. That's my thoughts on it. So I mean, we also have to look at the marketing angle too. People buy tickets because they want to see the wrestlers they want to wrestle. So this is a way for them to give them matches and push them even more. Just my thoughts. Anybody else on that? Tammy, you all right?
I was meditating on your words and really absorbing this ideas of you were talking about.
Okay. All right. And then we had the Cutler cam. But I was very upset at this because the Bucks were not very flashy. And I like the flashy Bucks. So
this reminded me, with their dressing and stuff, it looked a lot like when they first started turning heel.
The Bucks? The emo Bucks?
Yeah. Yeah, that was like when they first started turning heel and they were doing the super kicks to everybody that came to interview them. That they dressed like this, where it was just like the all black kind of, we don't really care, whatever.
Okay.
I think that might be some kind of clue.
So you think so it could go either way. Could it be Bullet Club since New Japan is in here? Could it be just the Bucks going into the Undisputed
I don't know. There's
Era?
a lot of stuff that could happen with all that.
That's very true. So it was basically
between the Bullet Club stuff, the New Japan stuff, Kenny Omega still being out until possibly soon he might be able to come back, and all that stuff. There's a lot of different ways this thing could go.
Don't get psyched on Omega till at least October. I'm telling you right now.
I don't know, man.
I'm telling you,
they don't have to put him in a match. Remember that.
That's true. That's true.
He could just be on TV for a couple of months and not even bother fighting anybody.
And I missed the cleaner. I can tell you that right now. So then after that, we had the Samoa Joe Jay Lethal promo. I like this little rivalry that they're building up there. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And then Tony makes the big announcement for the big New Japan Pro Wrestling with Adam Cole. Then Adam Cole jumps up on the screen and talks about the Forbidden Door. The knife pervert comes out and gets involved. Jay White, and then he says, wasn't he wearing a Bullet Club shirt, or was he wearing something else? Or is that the different night? I'm trying to think.
I think he was wearing one of his new shirts.
Oh, gotcha. And so then, it
said like the Catalyst or something,
right? The Catalyst, yeah. And then we have Adam Cole has Ishii on Rampage, right? So that's what we had. So then after that, we had the Jade promo. She's with Velvet and Hogan involved in that, which is definitely interesting. We'll see how that all develops. And then we get into the Butcher versus Wardlow.
Hold on. Can I just say something before we move on past that Jade Cargill segment?
Yeah, of course.
With Red Velvet and Kiera Hogan and that whole thing, doesn't AEW have enough women's heels right now? Like, there's not a lot of baby faces left at this point.
None, really.
We've got a lot of angry women that are mad at everyone who's not their friend in the company.
Yeah.
That's not there. You can't run angles with that.
No.
I mean, unless they're like catty bullshit stories. There's nothing good happening in the women's division at this point, storyline wise. Tell me I'm wrong.
I won't. I don't like any of it.
I don't like any of it either, and I think you're right because, like, you got Layla Hirsch that's pissed, but she's injured. You've got Red Velvet now suddenly turned heel. You got Chris Statlander almost kind of heel-ish. She's still kind
neutral
of a
right now. We're unsure. She's a question mark.
I think Hater's going to flip to a babyface. That's my opinion. I see it coming, especially.
What about Tony?
Tony Storm is pretty much a babyface. She's a babyface.
She's brand new. She hasn't been interjected into anything except for this.
True.
Yeah, Ruby's a babyface. Anna Jay's a babyface. Think about that.
And Sky Blue,
Sky Blue's a babyface. She's just so.
She's not like a big star just yet.
So
I'm not hearing a lot of big names and storylines come out of any of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. I agree. I agree.
Everybody's
creativity
right
for
now.
The women, and it's a shame because there's so many interesting things you could be doing.
Very true. Very true.
It's not hard.
No, not at all. So,
and like Velvet was face, I thought, and then now she's just a random heel turn with Jade Cargill for no reason. That seems
so random.
That seems detrimental to all the work she's done leading up to this because everything was face, and it was all like struggle, and now all of a sudden she's just a whole different character.
Yeah.
With no explanation, nothing leading to it. And Kiera Hogan, like, she's sort of out of nowhere, so she can kind of get away with that.
Yeah.
Because she's not been involved in anything in the last few months, really. Not anything significant.
No,
when you take somebody like Red Velvet and you turn them heel for no reason other than we need this person to have somebody else that can talk next to them. It just, I don't know. There's something about it that rubs me the wrong way.
We'll see how that develops.
Sorry about my tangent.
No, it's. I
want to back you up on that tangent because for some similar reasons and some different ones is, for the women's wrestling, I just feel like they deserve more. And as a woman wrestler, that has worked their ass off like Red Velvet really has and gone up against Jade in a rivalry, it just feels like you're diminishing your brand by just joining a bunch of groupies, essentially, into this faction. And I think they're doing a disservice, particularly the Red Velvet, but then also to Kiera. You know what I mean? Like, she could do more. She could, like, what is she going to be? They're just going to be backing up, oh, Jade, you're so wonderful. I mean, you're just a lackey at that point. And those are professional women wrestlers. They should have more. They should not be in that position. But then again, we see a lot of the male factions that have lackeys too. But I don't know. I just
feel there's like an overabundance of babyface men in AEW right now.
Yeah,
there's a lot of face talent,
and not on the men's side.
Not necessarily on the women's side.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, if I was her, I would not like that storyline. I would want to be like, look, I've been working my ass off. A more exciting storyline to push her up. She's a good wrestler. She has a gimmick that is tiring. The whole stir it up thing, it's cute in the beginning. It's cute for like a month. And then after that, Where does that go as a fierce person?
Right. I mean? And maybe that's actually a good counterpoint. Maybe that's why they're doing the turn with her right now. Maybe they thought she needed a refresh and to go a different direction, because obviously the old gimmick wasn't working either. That's a very interesting point, and I'm glad you brought that up. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you make it.
No, that's okay. I don't mind being interrupted. I'll tell you if I do. So it's all good. I'm not sensitive. No, you're right. I think what we're doing is we're developing a theory in real time here. You're right. To build on that, I was saying it, but you made it more like that's a better idea. And now I believe that. So let's cross our fingers. That's what happens. And Kiera, again, like someone else mentioned already, she's still fairly new and early on, so she has time to develop characters either way. But we could almost say the same for Matt Lee, who is now he's a superstar. We all know this squarehead. We love him, but he's essentially now part of the Jericho Appreciation Society, which means I need to kiss his ass, right? Instead of I'm like a good wrestler. It's like, no, Jericho is the wrestling god, and we're here to support him. So I guess it's kind of similar, but as somebody else mentioned, I think it was you, Chris, the ratio is still off within the women's division and the men's.
Jericho's a sports entertainer.
Oh yeah, excuse me, sorry. Thanks for the correction.
You pronounced the T way too hard in that one. I'm pretty sure you just replace it with a D if you're going to say it. Sports entertainer.
Sports entertainer.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Matt Menard. So, then.
Man, that was a big tangent. I'm sorry, guys. We really took off on that.
I think we should go on them sometime.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, that's the whole point.
I just looked down at my notes and I was like, wow, we are still really high up. My bad.
Right.
Right back. Do I have time to go grab some banana pudding?
No. Get out of here. You lost your damn mind, woman.
Banana pudding.
Banana pudding? Really? That's what you got on your brain? Holy Lord, this is just derailing.
No, just go on. You're supposed to be keeping it all together here.
I know. So I'm trying to get to the Butcher versus Wardlow here.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So then we had MJF in the rafters with Sean Spears, and they were chucking popcorn, which I thought was just beautiful. So Spears throwing popcorn, and then he said, "Send the pig out here." And then Wardlow was handcuffed. This is basically like a giant beast war. It's like, I really thought it was like Mortal Kombat when they were coming out between these two.
And Butcher's entrance was great too.
Butcher's entrance was pretty great.
In that respect, like with the whole like beast thing.
Right. And the Butcher's great at like that indie outside wrestling type of style where he like took it to him to the outside, which was great. It wasn't really a squash match, which was cool. The power bombs at the end, that's, typical. We knew that was going to happen with Wardlow, and then Wardlow takes out, and then Somebody said, well, who? I think it was JR said one of his best lines was, MJF is turning me against popcorn.
Yeah.
I thought that was.
I almost wrote that down too, and I was like, nobody's gonna give a shit about that. I'm so glad you brought it up.
That was great.
I feel like I need that on a shirt too.
Yeah.
JF is turning me against popcorn. How great could that line be? That was great. All right, Tammy's notes. Let's hear Tammy's notes.
Oh, already?
Oh, yeah.
Shit, I didn't even get my banana pudding. Okay, let's see. All right. First, MJF interrupts from the rafters and says, "Send the pig to no music." Wardlow comes out handcuffed with tons of security. He's looking fierce. Everyone's chanting for Wardlow. Ooh, they're colliding like two rhinos. Butcher's biting, trying to injure. Butcher got the chairs. It's a battle outside the ring. What? Wardlow's powerbombing Butcher? Holy schmoly! That's a big dude to powerbomb! Wow! Wardlow wins. A freaking entertaining wrestle.
Entertaining.
It's an entertaining wrestle.
That's an entertaining wrestle. That's what that one is right there. Ah, man. I don't know about this one, Rafe.
What do you mean? What don't you know?
Did you really? How did you think Wardlow's power bombs looked?
They looked a little shaky.
They looked a little
big
shaky. Tammy, did you notice that, Tammy? They were a little bit. It looked difficult. It looked way more difficult.
It should look difficult. That's an honor to the Butcher. He's a big dude. That's no big, like, of course. It's not like he's power bombing Fuego.
Yeah, but it was scary though. Almost, it was
like a little scary.
Like,
but that was what was good about it. That was why I was like, wow, this is like, it was a little like, it wasn't easy. And so I actually liked that it didn't look easy. And also because Butcher is fierce too. You know,
he
like
went for the biting so early.
Oh, right off the bat.
Like Butcher went for the biting like super early.
Yeah, right off the bat. He was just like right on it, dude.
He was like a rat with the plague. Like immediately on his head. I was like, wow, that's a hell of a way to start, man. Cool. It's a cool match though, I guess. So the MJF thing, right? He makes everybody go through all this bullshit every time he has like a big match. He did the Labors of Jericho. He did the series of matches for CM Punk before he could get to him. So now he's doing the same thing here to Wardlow again, right? Rafe's frozen. Tammy, get a picture.
He's not frozen here.
Oh, you're not frozen. Shit.
Oh,
I see.
darn.
I'm going to take a picture of you. Oh, it finally moved. So what is the point of MJF doing this constantly to people, and how does he still have this much pull when he's got a really bad record right now? Wins and losses matter in AEW, don't they?
So does entertainment.
MJF does not have a great record right now as far as wins and losses. He's lost to Lee Moriarty Sean Dean, twice.
Yeah.
Right?
So?
Has he beat anybody in the last 6, 7, 8, 9 months? When's the last time he beat somebody?
MJF is there to wreak havoc on AEW. That's what he's doing. Right now, he is rebuilding the Pinnacle and getting back at Wardlow for leaving the Pinnacle and keeping him in his contract. This has nothing to do with pursuing a belt or his record or anything. He's causing chaos. And that's what MJF does. He causes controversy and chaos. That's the way I look at it.
So why does he get to be so extra, though, if he can't win matches?
Oh.
Where's the justification?
Because he's the best talker in the business, period.
I get reasons from a business perspective why it makes sense, but what I'm saying is the AEW logic does not fit his story.
It does.
It's the rules they set. You're only important if you have a lot of wins, supposedly, in AEW.
Supposedly.
Is he getting paid or is he paying Tony? What's happening? Because they're paying a lot of people.
MJF is selling tickets. And he's selling t-shirts.
Question him.
So we'll see.
You Garcia lover.
I'm not a Garcia lover.
Yes,
I just think he's doing his job. That's what I think.
Don't listen to him. So
he's a sports entertainer.
Your MJF can't hold up, okay? He's not even winning matches.
Well, MJF is an integral part of AEW. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that.
I will not disagree with that. But the logic for AEW doesn't make sense with somebody who can't win a match.
Neither does
have so much pull.
Neither does Ty and Sammy, but we all accept that.
They win matches, though.
They are champions. They win all the time.
When's the last time Ty won anything? When's the last time she won wrestle?
Look it up and have it for
any important match. When?
Time she wrestled. When's the last time she lost?
Sammy's a champion. One? So get those names out your mouth.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Easy
but Ty's
target,
nothing.
right?
Ty's
to
nothing.
Bring them up because everybody loves to hate them.
We're
going to have to put their names back in our mouths shortly.
Ty Conti couldn't even win the belt against Jade.
Okay, 30 seconds, not in your mouth.
She had a belt match. MJF hasn't had a belt match.
She wins more than he does. They're both
Doesn't
better.
matter.
They're
She
better
lost.
wrestlers. She lost a couple, but not as much as MJF.
Lost. That makes her a loser.
No, MJF's a loser, dude. Loser.
Anyway, we're moving on.
All right. What wrestle are we on now?
We're on the Jungle Boy Kyle O'Reilly wrestle. And
Okay.
I have
I'll be right back, you guys. One second.
good. I need a break too. Okay. Are you recording?
The pudding break is over. We move on to Jungle Boy versus Kyle O'Reilly. I have one thing to say about this match, and then I'm going to let you guys take it because I didn't like this match at all. Does this discredit Jungle Boy as a champion? And I say, yes, it does. Tammy, your notes. I'm done with this. I thought this was ridiculous, but this was upsetting to me. But anyway, go ahead, Tammy. What's your notes?
All right.
Well, we'll let you finish eating, of course.
Lend your palate.
Swill that down with some wine. That's
all right. More than decent wrestling, but I'm enjoying my Crunchberry cereal more.
There's a pattern.
I guess I'm enjoying them close to equally now, actually. Now it's a little bit above the Crunch Berries. Some strong back and forth. Love this bit with O'Reilly hanging upside down in the corner while Jungle Boy refs him up. Why did Jungle Boy just bang his own head on the turnbuckle? O'Reilly wins. Odd. A more than decent wrestle.
More than decent wrestle. Why did he just bang his own head on the turnbuckle? That's a great question. A lot of weird things in this match. I actually thought it was a cool match. And I thought Kyle O'Reilly looked probably better than he has in some of his other matches with AEW. As far as what's happening with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and all that, Jungle Boy is getting more and more annoying to me. I will say he looks a little bit less clumsy without Luchasaurus and having to do a whole tag team thing, which I don't know if that's because of just the difference of only having to memorize one thing. You don't have to worry about what your partner's doing plus the two other people, or if it's, I don't know. I don't want to speculate too much on anything negative because I just don't feel like that's the right thing to do. But this seemed better than a Jurassic Express match as far as his performance. But their run has not been impressive, and I've said it many times. I don't think they need the titles right now. They've had them for too long now, for sure. It's time to move on and do something. But the tag team scene is not great right now either. So it's very sticky what they're dealing with. But yeah, I thought Kyle looked good in this. I was surprised Jungle Boy lost. Like, even for AEW, I'm surprised they let him lose because he holds a title right now, et cetera, et cetera. I think that might have been a bad idea.
Very.
Because for people, if you're like me and you're like, oh, they don't deserve the titles anyway, then it just makes it look even worse. But if maybe you're not somebody that agrees with that and you're like, oh yeah, I love them as tag team champions or whatever, it doesn't make sense for you either. So yeah, I like the match itself. The finish, the statuses going in and coming out, none of that makes sense to me. But the match, the work was good.
Fair enough. We roll right out after that one into MJF with Jake the Snake and Lance Archer. So he's paying off Lance Archer to do his
man
work.
Jake.
Yeah.
So old school here.
He is, man. He is so school.
It was so good.
I didn't know.
The devil. Oh my God, it was so good. God, it was priceless.
There you go.
Old Jake the Snake is my favorite Jake the Snake. I just want to say that on record.
There you go. So then we roll into our next match, which is Hook versus Anthony Henry, which is one half of the Workhorsemen, right? Am I wrong on that? I'm right on that, right?
Wait, back to that promo. Were some Pat Benatar lyrics involved in that? No.
Maybe.
Nothing?
If they were, I didn't catch it.
No.
I thought that
maybe the stuff Jake was saying.
was Mr. Roberts, Jake. Is Mr. Roberts Jake?
Yeah.
That's your notes.
Yeah, I think he was quoting Pat Benatar lyrics.
No,
he might have been. That would not surprise me. And it's not far-fetched at all. I mean, think about the era he came up in. That would have been some real deep shit back then.
Yeah,
so,
okay. Well,
maybe.
I'm all for those lyrics, so
I'm with that too. And I love Jake and I love old man Jake. He's the best. Moving on.
All right.
So we're moving on to Hook versus Anthony Henry. And now we have Tony Nese.
And you said he's one half of the Workhorseman, and that's where we left off.
Yep.
I don't know if he is or not. Is he the other half?
I believe that. Or
is that correct? That doesn't feel right.
Then he may not be. I may be wrong. But we'll check on that. Then Nese is scouting the match, which I thought was interesting with Smart Mark Sterling. And then Danhausen comes out and tries to curse. Tries to curse Hook. And he doesn't get the curse. And he does. Then he challenges Hook, which he looked a little scared challenging Hook. So is it Hook versus Danhausen? And when is that match going to happen? Tammy, your notes.
All right, they're fairly short here. So all I have to say, it says, poor Anthony Henry got to lose to the kid. The hair is a bit much tonight, even for Hook. I wish it worked, Danhausen. I wish it worked. Anthony Henry taps out and Hook wins. Danhausen is pissed and challenges Hook to a fight. Danhausen better win.
Oh, he's got no chance. What kind of wrestle was this?
Yeah, what was the wrestle grade?
What's the wrestle grade, Tammy?
The wrestle grade was a Danhausen fight wrestle. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. I guess because that was the more interesting part, not the actual wrestle.
That's like the go home of the match. But yeah, sure. And yes, you were right, Rafe. He is the other half of the Workhorseman.
All right. Thought so.
So good job eyeballing that. I didn't even think about that. I did write down about how much I like Anthony Henry and how he shouldn't have deserved to have to do this match.
Not at all.
It's dumb because he definitely would kick this kid's ass in real life. And I think it's just stupid to even do this. But I still don't get Hook. It's still too young for me. I don't get it. It's whatever's happening. I don't understand it. And I can't make myself. I've tried and I can't. However, the Danhausen thing is excellent. And I love it. I think it's perfect. It's great. You take this Hook guy who he just propelled out of nowhere, right? And now there's a comedy gimmick in the way of him continuing to do whatever it is he's doing.
Yeah,
and
I love it.
It's beautiful. I mean, I've been a little bummed out about Danhausen's performance so far in AEW and his involvement in things. This program, for some reason, just really interests me. I mean, it's romantic in a way because he's kind of been like chasing Hook for a few weeks. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's very like old school, like, oh, there's this guy, let's interact them, but for no reason for a few weeks, and then we'll just have some cataclysmic explosion where one kills the other. I feel like Hook is going to eat Danhausen alive.
Oh, it's going to be awful.
But don't you think there's a lot of stakes here? Like if all of a sudden his curse doesn't work on someone, then what is he? That's his whole thing. So like
they might ruin both of their characters right now with just this.
They might destroy their characters with this. It's very possible.
But it's funny though. Like it's super funny. I'm not even mad. Funny. Fuck them both. Neither one of them super important right now to the company. They can be whatever they say they're going to be.
Yeah, it's just pure entertainment at this point. You know what I mean? They're just entertaining us, and it's fun. So.
And they're doing.
And I feel like this match was just set up to elongate their story. That's why I said it's a Danhausen wants to wrestle type of wrestle because.
And that's why it sucks for Anthony Henry.
Yes, but he'll get his. I think they use the workhorsemen a lot, and I think that it will come around.
Yeah, we'll see.
I hope so because that guy's really good.
So after this whole match with Danhausen, they cut to a promo with Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. And I didn't understand this at all. I was just like, I didn't.
Are you familiar with SCU?
I guess that's
then
probably
you wouldn't understand it because they were in a very bad tag team for the first year and a half that AEW existed. But for newer fans, it makes no sense because they don't understand the history. Because SCU came in from another company also as a team pretty much with Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky.
Okay.
They were doing the SCU stuff before AEW really got off the ground. So they came in like this, and then the three of them obviously now have parted ways. But you have to know all the back 2.5 years to even get that.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, Scorpio Sky's been doing the thing with Ethan Page long before Dan Lambert came around. So it's been a long time. It's a very old storyline for them to bring up.
So ultimately, what do you think is going to happen with this, with Scorpio Sky? I mean, it was basically like, oh, Frankie, you got to hold off trying to go for anything because I'm going for it. Is that really what it was?
And Kaz kind of looked at him like, yeah, okay, I got you back. And the second Scorpio turned around, it was daggers, right? It's kind of obvious where that's going to go, actually.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure Frankie Kazarian's going to whoop Scorpio's ass, but it's not going to mean anything. It's going to be so he could – maybe it'll be how he justifies his title shot for the TNT Championship. Like, I beat your last opponent. I beat the guy you took it off of or whatever. He doesn't even need that. Frankie Kazarian never loses.
Right, he doesn't.
So, yeah, I don't know.
All right. So then we had the Thunder Rosa promo for Double or Nothing. And then we get into your favorite people, Sammy and Ty, who I think are just losers, but that's just me. And there was a lot of boos coming out. And then they had Ethan Page going crazy. And then Dan Lambert comes out, says a few things. And then Sammy says they're going to do a ladder match. So...
Everybody knows what the last ladder match was, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's Cody.
That's the whole point, I think.
Gotcha.
Have you guys noticed how much they've referenced Cody losing lately in vignettes and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have.
Seems a little spiteful to me, but what do I know?
Hey, that's how it goes. So then we go, then we get into the promo of the House of Black and this baffling thing of them going after Fuego del Sol, which I don't really quite understand, but I always love their promos. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't even know when that match is. When is that match going to take place? They haven't even really announced it, have they?
They're killing the momentum with the House of Black right now, aren't they? They're just dragging out these vignettes. We haven't had a match in quite a while from them.
Very true.
Now it's with Fuego in the program for some reason. I don't know what the hell is going on with Julia Hart and her face. What? this is the part earlier when I was like, I wrote down about how they take a long time with some storylines. This is the one. Are they killing House of Black by doing this is my question to you guys. Because I feel like this is the slowest. Like, how long can you just have three guys talk in the dark?
I like it.
Have to put them back on TV with someone.
True. They do need to do stuff, though. I
love them. They're one of the best things they have to offer people right now is House of Black.
Yes.
And the Blackpool Combat Club is a thing now.
Yes.
It's a match already made.
It's a match made in heaven. That would be outstanding. I mean, are you kidding me? And if they don't put that on a pay-per-view, then they're ridiculous.
Well, wait, just pause real quick because you went over and were very negative about Sammy and Ty. And I just want to shout out my opinion because everybody, it's very popular. I actually have something to say
about that too, so go ahead.
Yeah, because it's very popular right now. It's very popular and cool to hate on them. I get it. But I am not going down that road. And I just wanted to say, I noticed how much Ty was soaking in the hate and leaning in towards all the heel stuff. So I appreciated that. Like, they're just going to lean into it. And I feel like that's what Cody and Brandy didn't really do. You know, like that crowd hated them and they weren't willing to lean into it. Oh my gosh. What does that say? Oh my goodness. Look at that. We are related, aren't we, Chris? He had it on his notes, the exact thing I said. We're related. It proves it. Genetically related now. We know. That was evidence beyond genetics. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, I think that's a good thing to do. I think they're both great wrestlers. And I think it's just a shame that like it's become cool to like diss them because they're in love. Yes, it does annoy me sometimes, the relationship aspect. I wish that would have been more off screen, but it shouldn't overshadow how great they are and even can continue to be. So I just wanted to say that part. And actually, I'm here for this mixed tag team match. I think it's going to be fun. So
you guys were both asking for that previously, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's all good. So I just wanted to add that in so you can go back into the House of Black Wave.
No, Chris has got
I think Chris had some things to say too.
Yeah.
Real quick about that. Same thing about Ty. She's leaning in, and I actually really like it. Something about the way she was just like the faces and the general emotiveness of her behavior in this segment was very like Rosie Perez mid-90s. Yes?
Yeah,
tell me I'm wrong.
See that.
And I like this character. I like the movement. I dig it. I hope the words can follow and be kind of, I hope she kind of gets asshole-ish on all of us because I would love to see that now. For some reason, I really like that idea. And like I said last week, they had to lean into this because otherwise they were going to get hated really fast. And it's already started. All the boos, all that stuff, it's real. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this myself. I hated it until a few days ago.
I'm not.
Apparently not. Real quick, I have a question for you guys. Who do you think the partners are going to be in the mixed match? Obviously, Paige and Ethan Page or Scorpio. Or will it be somebody else? Will they bring in Kyna McGregor, whatever his name is? I forgot.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Ethan Page because he took the stitches that one time. Remember, he got stitches. He got hit in the head. Okay. I think that's his revenge.
I mean, he was very vocal, and he did kill that promo. That was when he got that mic. It was great. I thought that was fire.
Ethan Page always kills his promos. He should do promos more. And
I agree.
He's great at it, and so I want to see him doing that way more. So
yeah, for sure.
So all right, we ready to move on?
What were we talking about? We were talking about House of Black before that. Yeah. Hopefully that gets better.
We'll see.
I'm gonna go back to my picture from earlier because we're getting to it now. I guess no, we're not, but I still want to change my picture. So go ahead. We're at Britt's match.
We're at Britt's match.
I have a green screen, guys.
It's green.
So there we go. So We are at Britt versus Daniela Camella. She had a couple of Pittsburgh Steelers with her. Okay, that's cool.
The yellow guy and the other guy.
Right. I thought Camella.
What are Pittsburgh's colors? Black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
It was two random dudes, and I don't think anybody in the crowd recognized. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Yeah. They were like, "What the hell is this?" They were not over at all.
No, they're young.
And it was Pittsburgh, for God's sake.
I know, they're young. I think they're new to they're really new to the team. So we had, the football players came out. Britt basically took control at the break. Camella did a lot of comebacks, and then it started turning into this big brawl, which I thought was really cool. And then Camella takes the towel on Britt, which I thought was a nice touch, and Britt with a nice sling blade. Then she gets the glove, and then Camella taps out. But I thought Camella did a great job. Daniela Camella did a great job. I think she's a good wrestler, and I'd like to see more of her. I think she's good. Tammy's notes.
Oh, they're pretty short here. I put Britt comes out with some Steelers. Danielle getting some moves over Britt. Why using a bandana too? Or is it a t-shirt? Britt can't be having this in Britsburg. Of course she wins it, babies. Okay, is it a towel? Oh, okay. It was a hometown girl wrestle.
Is it a towel? Man, Danielle Camella's awesome.
She is.
I did not like her getting put into this match in this part of the tournament. They could have used her a little later or something. She's an excellent wrestler. She's good, and some of the stuff she's been doing lately has been super awesome. And they even gave her a vignette. And I was like, wow, they might be building her. And then I saw it was her and Britt, and I was like, well, there's that.
Where's that?
Cool. Man, Britt Baker's promo, guys. She was like out of breath, shaking. She was forgetting stuff or something. This was not a good segment. It was bad. It was really bad. Am I the only one who thought that? I thought that it was terrible.
It wasn't great.
She seemed nervous in Pittsburgh, right? And seemed like she was out of gas.
Right.
From this match with basically somebody that shouldn't even be on her level, really.
That's true. I mean, I don't think she's wrestled enough. That's the problem. We haven't seen her.
Why did they keep her off of TV for so long?
I don't know.
What was the point?
She's a star, man. And when she's in the groove, man. She wrestles better. She promos better when she's doing more. So that's that, man.
I will say alone in that, Chris. I heard a lot of people have similar sentiments.
Yeah, you're definitely not alone in that, for sure.
The bit where she shit on Toni Storm was pretty funny. The whole if you thought pie in the face was bad, blah blah blah. That was great, and I laughed really hard about that because that was a terrible angle over in that other company previously. And man, to bring that up and say and you're going to want to quit AEW too. Oh my God, it was really good, that one part. But the rest of it was like it was almost unorganized and slow and weird. And that was one of her worst. And I thought for sure coming back after all this time gone, she would have brought her A game, especially with she's got her team there and all this stuff, regardless of if anybody knows who they are or not. Not good. Not good, Britt. Bad job.
So then we roll into the Deeb Hikaru Shida rivalry that's been lasting 7 years. 7 years. And now they're going to have a Philly street fight. That's definitely going to be entertaining. That's for sure. Why they keep doing these two?
Is someone in AEW in the back like, maybe we didn't do that right. We should do that better. Just repeatedly, like over and over. Shida and Deeb wasn't our best work. I think we can do that again. This time, let's do the exact same thing, but we'll do a lot of vignettes and other matches in between, building back up to it for no reason whatsoever.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
I'm sorry.
There's
definitely somebody with a dumbass idea. So, hey, we could do that better again. 4 or 5 times.
It's the only explanation, really. Yeah, like
this is going to be their third or fourth big match at this point with these two. Why? There's so many other people.
I don't know. We jump right in. After that, we go to the Idolo versus Darby Allin, the coffin match. Well, we had the Blade interferes a couple times. Private Party jumped in, and then Sting in the crowd, which I thought was a beautiful touch. And then
that was the only picture I couldn't prepare before the podcast was Sting dressed as Sting, because I wanted to do a side. I wanted to do a side by side of Sting dressed as Sting in the '90s and Sting dressed as Sting now, because that was great. For a long time Sting fan, that was hilarious.
It was, and then him across the crossbody off of the top was awesome. Chairs started coming into the ring. Darby does a code red, which was always, I love those code reds, man, because, man, things could go wrong with those things real quick, man. So when they pull those things off, I'm just totally impressed with that. Then Andrade catches him when he jumps out of the ring. There's thumbtacks on the coffin, which I thought were a really cool touch.
That was very unique.
That was a unique touch, matches. Which I thought that was really neat. And then, they slammed her on the ramp, which always seems so painful. And Darby has such great resilience, and then a tope into the coffin. And then Jose tries to interfere, rips his shirt off, and starts getting into the match. Darby takes him out, and then he wins. He wins the coffin match, and then the Hardys come out. Okay. So there it is. Tammy, what are your notes, baby?
It was so much to try to take notes on. I mean, I don't have they're not that thorough, but they're long still. So
look at my team.
Match. Darby looking fantastic and ready. The Blade trying to interfere. Darby beating people with a skateboard. Why are so many people involved? Andrade just chucked Darby through the barricade and then threw the skateboard on him. Sting appears to clear out, and everyone is, what? I don't even know what this word is. It says Brownlee in the aisles. Oh, brawling. They're brawling in the aisles. They're brawling in the aisles.
What?
Private Party's there. Sting loves a crowd brawl. Chaos, everyone fighting everywhere and using chairs. What is Sting doing? Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Sting is king. Don't paralyze yourself, Sting. Finally getting back to the ring after all that chaos. They're going back and forth. Andre is, I don't even know what this word, but he's doing something to Darby. Maybe he's carrying him. Oh, no, he catches him when he attempts a coffin drop move. Thumbtacks in the coffin. Andrade trying to chase Darby in. What will happen? Ooh, Andrade carrying and throwing down Darby. Darby gonna get beat for a bit. Ooh, now Darby trying to close Andrade in the coffin. Andrade assistant comes out to break bad, and Darby wins. Break bad.
Oh shit! That's so exciting.
Let me speak to you.
Sting is the real star style wrestle.
What's your? That's the wrestle grade. Sting is the real star style wrestle.
Sting is the real star wrestle. Which we actually before I had these, I think this is not the first one of those.
I think so. Sting is the real star wrestle. I feel like I would remember that one specifically.
No, I think I thought it, but didn't say it.
Oh, you probably thought it a million times. Who hasn't thought that?
He amazes me. And this was actually a great wrestle. It really, really was. But I mean, Sting takes the cake. He's the king. I mean, what he comes out and does, and I'm on the edge of my seat. And everybody else is amazing too. I mean, I would have loved to have been at this one live. It
would have been fun, especially that Brownling in the aisles.
I know. How dare him?
Chris, what did you think? You want to go Brownling in the aisles?
I mean, that is really a risky move.
It hurts. It hurts. It's painful.
Got to clean up and everything.
I apologize. But I'm writing very fast.
It's so funny though.
And I have messy handwriting in the first place. I want to tell the audience a story that has nothing to do with wrestling. I'm sorry, our audience. I have ADHD and I get off track easy. But I think you might find this funny because you have to listen to me actually read my own handwriting back after like several days that I never look at it again. So I was known for my bad handwriting. And in second grade, I just said, fuck it. So I just started writing random things that made no sense and were like scribbles and symbols that nobody understood for tests and papers. And I just want to have you know that I got a passing grade of a C most of the time, and nobody questioned it. So I want you to know it's all about your attitude and how you carry it off. They thought I was writing words, and they graded them, and I passed. So that's just a side lesson about Tammy's notes and the origin of them.
Okay. I want to say something about that. One of my favorite things ever put together in a sentence was I was in second grade and I just said, fuck it. That's the best. That's the best. That should be in a children's book yesterday.
Oh, man. So, Chris.
What the fuck are we talking about, you guys?
We're talking about the ELO match, man.
Man, Sting is Sting, isn't he?
Sting.
Even when you don't know Sting is Sting, bam, Sting is still Sting. That was classic, hilarious. This match was really cool. I liked the thumbtacks touch. That was nice. I don't think they needed all the extra shit. I think the match was cool without all the extra shit. But having Jose run down and take off his jacket and his shirt, all dramatic and shit, that was cool. Stinger being out there with a backwards hat like an old man and I'm pretty sure he was wearing New Balances. I could be wrong, but I think it was. And he had the Sting with the Sting. It's perfect. The ending was great. This was not a bad way to end a bad show.
You thought the show overall was bad?
I hated the show a lot less after this match. Does that make sense? I didn't really think the show was great. Like I said earlier, it wasn't ugly. It wasn't quite bad, but it wasn't good.
Well, there you go. That's a strong opinion.
So I think I agree. Now that I've relived it all with you all here in real time.
Got to go through it at least twice.
At least twice. So
at
now
process my feelings. I'm sitting.
It's time for Name That Wrestler, you guys.
All right.
That's what it is.
All right.
I'm here, but I can't. Like, there's something going on.
What do you mean?
There's something going on. I mean.
Oh, here I am. You can see me now, right? Okay.
It's very vague and not descriptive.
I'm sorry. I was having.
I'm ready, you guys, but there's something going on.
This has gone totally off the rails today.
It went off the rails like at minute 22.
Right.
Name that wrestler.
Oh my goodness.
For new listeners, new viewers, for anybody hearing this right now.
I'm gonna focus now.
The idea is I give some accolades of a professional wrestler, and it is up to my friends, my co-hosts, my co-workers to decide what wrestler I'm naming these attributes for. So, Rafe, you're up first this week.
All right.
That wrestler, okay?
All right.
This particular wrestler has worked for AEW, CZW, WSU, H2O, AWE, and Smash. Some career achievements: a QOC Tag Team Championship and a WSU Tag Team Championship. Finishing moves, some of the finishing moves: diving moonsault, fisherman suplex, stunner, and a super bad cutter. Signatures: cornered handspring back elbow, fireman's carry double knee gut buster, German suplex, a rope hung kneeling choke, and a running corner big boot. Nicknames, and this might help you at least with part of this: the bad girl or the super bad girl. Name that wrestler.
Oh, it's Penelope.
But not me, right?
Nope, just Rafe.
Penelope. I think it's Penelope Ford.
How did you do that?
He went and he looked it up.
I did not.
Searching.
You got it right. You made the computer have an error so you could log out and come back after the Google.
Yeah, see?
Well done, Ray.
That's a questionable point.
What do you mean
How'd
questionable?
Wait. What actually made you think, oh, that's Penelope Ford?
Because she's the bad girl. And her theme song is that song.
I don't know. Is that's familiar to you? I had no idea.
Yeah.
The only way that Bad Girl made sense to me was because of the whole Joey Janela thing from before.
I miss Penelope.
I miss Penelope too. I want to see.
She'll be back soon, I think. That's exactly, but also a heel.
Right.
I love her as a heel, though.
But I got it right, and I didn't cheat.
Okay.
Well done. Rafe gets a point this week.
We won't insult your integrity, Ray.
On the board, ladies and gentlemen.
I will not get a point here because I have no idea what anything means.
Well, Tammy,
I don't know what championship is what. I don't know.
Calm yourself down.
Huh?
Just relax. It's your turn.
Okay. I'm ready to get it wrong.
This wrestler has been in promotions like AEW, PWG, Progress, Evolve, WXW, and ICW, and others, not just those. Some career achievements would be a one-time WXW Unified World Heavyweight Championship, a two-time WXW World Lightweight Championship, one-time PWS Heavyweight Championship, one-time ICW Tag Team Championship with Michael Dante. Some finishers this wrestler uses are the Black Moon Stomp and the Dragon Slayer. Some signatures this wrestler uses are the Blackout Rush Combo, the Back Leg Sweep, and Shining Wizard Combo. Name that wrestler.
Ooh, this is
I have
hard.
no freaking idea.
It's hard. It's not that hard.
Bryan Danielson? There's a dragon move involved. That's the only reason I'm picking him.
That answer is incorrect. The correct answer is Malachi Black.
Ooh.
AKA Tommy End.
I don't know
AKA
any of this
Aleister
stuff
Black.
about anybody. I don't even know what any of that stuff was. I just
That's your boy, though. That's your boy.
I know. I need to do my homework.
I knew if I hit you with that, you'd be like, I don't know what that. I don't know. I got you.
You got me. You got me. I gotta hit the book.
Some of these I try so hard to stump you guys and leave it like right at your feet anyway. Like I want it to be right there, but have you not
better. I vow from this day forward that I shall study more, learn more, and know the letters and what they mean.
With that being said, it's time for Real or Fake. Are you guys prepared for Real or Fake?
I'm better at this one.
Tammy, you're up first, so I'm glad you're better at it. For those listening and watching, I give 3 wrestling moves, and it is up to these two to figure out which ones are real and which singular one is fake. One of these moves is fake. The other 2 are absolutely real names. Tammy, here are the 3 names. Names of moves. 3 names. The first one is the Bookend, the Chart Buster, and the Can Crusher. The Bookend, the Chart Buster, or the Can Crusher. Which one's fake?
The Chart Buster.
These are so good, this one. I love these 3. These are great together. That is false. The correct answer is the Can Crusher. Oh, that totally sounds like a real thing, doesn't it?
It does. Really sounds like it.
The Bookend might be one of the most ridiculous wrestling move names in history. The Bookend.
Well, I propose something. We have this on record, right? The ones that are fake that you've come up with, eventually down the line, we should create moves that fit those.
No, can we just trademark the names? Let's just trademark the names and then let other people, because somebody will be like, I like that. And they'll want to use the name for whatever the stupid move is.
I'll do it.
Brilliant business idea.
We're going to do that.
Just being silly.
Rafe, it's time for your real or fake. Are you ready, sir?
I am ready.
Number 1, the rear view. Number 2, the Bodega Buster. Bodega Buster, in case you're not familiar with bodegas.
They're stores.
Finally, the Playmaker.
I have food.
The rear view, the Bodega Buster, or the Playmaker. Which one's fake?
The Playmaker.
I'm sorry. The correct answer is the Bodega Buster.
Is that why you said it 4 times?
Yeah,
totally
so
made that
psychological technique right there.
Oh,
Smarter than that,
the
that's
FBI,
fine.
sir.
That's fine. Kind of made it really easy.
Okay. Well, I have 2 questions, and I already know you have one of the answers. I've already heard it once tonight.
I'm probably not going to know anything. Go ahead.
Okay. The first one, I know you know the second one because you've already said it tonight. Okay, the first one. What other name has Dax Harwood wrestled under?
who?
Dash Wilder.
Well, if that's true, they did not say that online. They said Scott Dawson.
Oh, maybe Cash was Dash.
Maybe Cash was. Yeah.
That might be right. So I didn't get that right.
Okay. This one, I think
Scott
you'll know.
Dawson is correct.
AEW inaugural first tag team champions.
Huh.
I'm going to give you a hint.
Was it the Bucks?
You've discussed them this evening.
I'm going to say the Bucks.
It was SoCal Uncensored, Frankie Kazarian,
SCU.
Scorpio Sky.
Oh,
Yeah.
they were the
That's
first
what-
tag champs?
Yeah.
Oh, they were!
Yeah. I looked it up twice to make sure I didn't get it wrong.
Oh, shit. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
I remember being really excited back then because it was like, oh, they totally deserve this.
I would have guessed the Bucks too, but so I was actually surprised.
If
But
I
because
didn't,
you brought
you know
them
what?
up
I don't need
earlier.
any of these. I was going to say, if I didn't have papers I needed, I would throw them. But I don't need any of those papers. Good job on your questions, Tammy.
Thank you. I'm trying to step it up and do some quality questions.
So now we are on to Rampage, baby. The first match is Tomohiro Ishii versus Adam Cole, with Romero and Cassidy with Ishii, which I thought was pretty surprising. But then they started telling that they're part of the New Japan deal.
Yeah,
Ishii.
well, they're part of chaos and blah, blah, blah. And yeah.
Ishii was strong on the chops. Ishii dominated outside the ring. Adam Cole had a nice rear chin lock. Adam Cole with a cutter. This was a good back and forth. I love the fact that they call him the Stone Pitbull because he just looks like this little tough fucking powerhouse that's just going to beat the shit out of everybody. I loved him. Ishii had a power slam off the ropes, which was awesome. So it turned out to be a really cool battle. He absorbs the super kick, and then Jay White comes out, distracts, and then Cole gets the low blow and wins the match. Now, and I said it to Tammy right after the match. I'm like, Adam Cole doesn't need to do these low blows to win these matches. I don't know why they keep doing this, but that's what the match was, and I thought it was a fun overall match. I really enjoyed it. I love those tough Japanese wrestlers that just like absorb the punishment and dish out the punishment. That's always fun. So, Tammy, what are your notes?
All right, let's see. First line is, why is Orange Cassidy and Romero looking around? What? Wait, Cassidy versus Ishii? Interesting. The whole trying to sort of grab some hair thing is annoying. It's annoying me. Let's do some other stuff here. Adam's starting out fairly strong here. He's taunting Ishii. Ishii looking like he's had about enough of these shots. I thought I was misspelling this shit, but it's actually these shots. So he had enough of those shots and is walking right into Adam's punches. And then there's a bunch of chest bumping Adam across the ring. Wow, Ishii's a strong dude. Holding Adam. See, there's my misspelling. I put Aiden. Adam, he's holding him straight up on the ropes. Adam misses the boom, and Ishii takes advantage. Ishii almost had Adam, not Aiden. Sorry, that was more like a 3 count. I really thought there was some 3 counts here, to be honest. But side note here, like they were really like slow on that one. Anyways, Adam can't seem to finish Ishii. Ishii may have kicked out a tooth. Jay White distracts knife pervert. Cole wins due to distraction. Not necessary, but it was a darn good wrestle.
Darn good.
Darn good wrestle. Well, there's Jay White again, huh?
Yeah.
What the fuck are they doing with him? Talk about bringing in a character who's already got a built-in fame and crowd and audience and blah, blah, blah. And what was Rocky doing jumping over the damn stairs? He jumped all the way over them. They weren't even there. He like clipped them with his knee on the way over. And pew! He's fucking rocket sauce across the damn arena. It's a good match, though. Ishii is a legend. He is a legend. He's getting a little older now, and he doesn't quite move as fast as he used to. But man, powerful, quick, so fun. This was a very New Japan match because Adam Cole was in there, and for me and a lot of other people, Adam Cole is kind of still associated with New Japan.
Yeah.
Maybe some of his best work was done there. So it was a cool match, man. It was a nice, fun way to start up this whole AEW New Japan official agreement thing for a show, right? Which they've had people going back and forth for a while anyhow. But this whole bit was good. I don't understand what they're doing with the Jay White, Adam Cole thing, because technically they probably shouldn't be friends right now. But maybe they also don't need to like be against each other. But there's a great story there that they could do while Kenny's gone. And especially they could have done some Bullet Club stuff back and forth leading up to this. I know we're talking about that for the Supercard show, but where was that before? Because it could have been there. We had Gallows and Anderson in and out of AEW. This is like a long running thing that like I really want to see get down the road. But I'm excited about it. The match was really fun. The low blow is now, okay, Adam Cole can't win without cheating or having a distraction or both. Yeah. And I said this for weeks now. He's not doing any better. They're making him look bad at this point, but I'm going to let it slide because I feel like moving forward in this New Japan stuff and potentially with Omega coming back in a few months and the Young Buck stuff that could be happening and all these things, I don't think we're quite there yet. I think they have a story they're going to tell us. They're just not doing it yet. I'm trying to be positive.
There you go.
I'm trying.
All right. So then after that, we went into the Jericho Appreciation Society, and he was banned from Rampage. So Jericho says he's going to do an HR complaint, which I thought was
Human resources.
Human resources. And then we dived into the Hook promo, and Hook speaks for the first time, which was your potato chip. He was trying to get back his chips. And then
he wanted his attention, and now you got it, baby.
Then we got into match.
Hookhausen. Hookhausen is happening.
Hookhausen is happening. So then we dove right into Lance Archer versus Serpentico with Jake the Snake and Spears on commentary. And it looks like MJF is obviously hires Archer, and Archer destroys Serpentico.
Why did we do this again?
I don't know.
I'm asking you, Rafe. How many times has Lance Archer beat up Serpentico?
Like 1 million. More than I can understand.
Why are we even fucking talking about this in April of 2022?
Right.
Do you have a time machine? Because this is bullshit.
It is. So I don't know if we even want to comment on this match. I mean, notes or anything. It was just kind of like a squash, and it was over and done with. So then I
still want to hear comments, and if Tammy has notes, I want to hear those.
They're very short. Serpentico attempts a preemptive strike, but all is lost no matter what. R.I.P. Serpentico. A fast wrestle.
R.I.P. brother. Yep, that's right. A fast wrestle.
It was a fast wrestle. You have anything to add, Chris?
No, I don't. I don't understand why we're doing this. Been there, done that. Lance Archer has squashed a lot of people, but there's still a lot more to go. He doesn't need to go back, especially the Serpentico on fucking Friday night.
I know.
Come on, man.
I know. So then we had the Tony Nese and Sterling promo, which I thought was interesting. Now that Nese is all, I think he fits into that little faction pretty well. And then we get on to my favorite match of the week.
Hold on. Before you talk about your favorite match of the week, what the fuck is this with Sterling? What faction? Is he hired by everyone now? Who's not a face in AEW?
Pretty much.
He works for everyone. Oh, there's a heel segment? Send Sterling.
Right.
Forget send Hook, brother.
Yeah.
Send Sterling.
That's true.
Seriously, who is he not working with?
Everybody.
I bet you if you ask Jake Roberts right now. Yeah, I know him. Yep. We're in. Everybody that's a heel is working with Mark Sterling. And he was doing nothing a couple of months ago. This whole thing he did with Jade Cargill was genius because now he's on TV every 2 seconds.
All the time. Every day of the week.
It's on.
Right. So
Mark Sterling, world champion bound.
He is. So then we get on to one of Tammy's favorite wrestlers of all time, and that would be Daniel Garcia versus Eddie Kingston.
He had 2 Kangos this week.
He did. He had the bucket Kango, which I thought was nice touch.
Yeah,
because he's a sports entertainer. Entertainer.
Was it furry? I can't remember. I feel like it was furry now, though.
It was furry. It was a little fuzzy.
I think the bucket hat was furry.
It was fuzzy. We're talking old school Fred Durst days, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, Joe. What's up, Joe? About that. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then there's a lot of boos for Garcia. Eddie hits the chops off the jump. Oh, this was a brutal match, man. There was a lot of slamming outside the ring, a lot of neck breakers. They went for a good bit, man. This was a brutal match. Tammy, what are your notes on this?
Oh, well, I'm just going to preempt this by saying by the time I get to what kind of wrestle it is, it's going to be in complete opposition of you. All right, so Daniel Garcia versus Kingston. Why doesn't Garcia have a new name? Everybody else is named like Angelo and all these other things. Why does he get to keep his? Anyways, rare compliment for him, though. His shorts were an improvement without the red whatever he was before on his ass.
Red Death.
Group shorts.
Yeah,
she took notice.
I did, yeah. Looked much better. Eddie needs to get Garcia. I hate seeing Garcia hit and kick on Eddie. Garcia's biting Kingston. Kingston returning the favor. Garcia stomping on Kingston. This isn't fun. Kingston looks like his clothes are sliding off of him. Garcia won't get off. Come on, Kingston, get up, beat his ass. And he did. But I found it wasn't enough brutality on Garcia Wrestle.
Very surprised that you thought Garcia to get beat up enough.
No, not brutal enough.
Shit.
Kingston could do more. I think so.
Come on, Eddie. Where you at? Mr. Kingston, I thought did a very good job, Tammy. I'm going to disagree with you. I think he slapped the shit out of Garcia many, many times. I think he did a good ass whooping. I didn't think this was going to be a good match, though. Like, I thought it was probably not going to be great for some reason. Just because of the different styles and everything, but it was really fun. I liked this.
It was
I liked it. I thought it was cool. I love the storyline going into it. I love the storyline coming out of it. Tell your boss.
Yeah, that was a key highlight.
Genius.
Yeah.
Genius.
Oh, Kingston's great, man.
This is just a message. Tell your boss. What the fuck? What are we watching?
I know. It's cool as shit.
But I think Kingston could have had him on a stretcher and then could have carried him out with a stretcher. That would have been even better. And he could do it.
That's Tammy's love of Daniel Garcia right there.
In a way it is, in a really twisted way. I mean, we need heels just as much as we need faces. If I didn't have someone to be frustrated about, this wouldn't be so. I wouldn't be.
Unless it's the women's division that we need more faces.
Right.
Yes, that's true.
So then we get to the Lee and Swerve with Tony Schiavone. And they obviously have a beef with Team Taz. And Keith Lee says this war, well, I think Swerve said it. I think the war is far from over. And then
No. Don't forget though, he said Calvin and Hobbes.
Right. Calvin and Hobbes. He called him Calvin Hobbes. But Ricky Starks called him a broke ass Keenan and Keel, which I thought was funny.
I don't care. Calvin and Hobbes was worse.
That's funny.
Calvin and Hobbes is way worse. Little boy and a tiger.
Before we move on, thoughts on that promo?
I thought it was great. Fun.
Chris, anything?
It's dope.
Cool. So then we get out to Hater with Britt Baker and Tony Storm. I'm gonna let Chris take this because he seems to be very excited since he's had this picture up behind him for such a long period of time. I'm gonna let you start this.
This is a good segment.
It was.
Tony Storm finally was Tony Storm to me. Britt, have you ever been out of Pittsburgh? Oh my God. Have you done anything? What have you done? Who are you? You were the AEW Women's Champ. What have you done? Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Exactly what I've been saying, right? And Jamie Hayter, look at her face. She's like, she's right. Come on. That's it.
That's why I think that Tony and Hater are going to join up. That's my thought. Tammy, any thoughts?
I think they're going to team up.
Yeah,
really?
I do. Yeah, I do. I think so. Tammy, what's your thoughts?
I don't have any thoughts. I thought it was great. I thought it was fun. I hope your dream comes true of them teaming up. And I think it would be great.
It would be a dream.
I know.
Yeah, that would be an interesting tag team, maybe.
Sure.
But I don't think there's no credible opponents.
Not against those.
That's why you can't do like a Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm versus anyone in the women's division right now.
Versus Jada.
Even though they're all fucking heels and they're so badass.
True.
Come on.
Well, they might stand a chance against Bunny and Penelope. That might be a good one.
You mean heel against heel?
Yeah, why not?
But I don't. Be a fun match,
but I think Jamie Hayter's not going to be a heel for very much longer. I just don't think so. I think her and Tony Storm are going to.
I don't think she'll join up with Tony, but I think she could be a face very easily. A lot of people would dig her as a face, and I think Tony would make a good face too. But I don't think they're going that route.
All right, we'll see.
I bet you everybody's going to be a fucking heel. In 1 month, we're going to look back and be like, there's one baby face left.
Aww,
she has to fight everyone.
And it's Ruby.
To do the Michael Jackson, Captain EO dance. We are here to change the world. That shit where he shot the light out and everybody had to become positive all of a sudden. Somebody's going to have to do that in AEW in the women's division. Just like, wow! And everybody's like...
I'm just imagining all this on a pay-per-view right now.
It's gonna be Anna Jay and Ruby Soho against everybody.
I want to see the positive vibe Ray come out now.
Right. Ruby can do it with her sing-alongs. She can do it. She can make it work.
So then we had FTR, and they're gonna wrestle each other. Okay. Any thoughts on this, guys?
Interesting.
I have some thoughts. Tammy, what do you think?
I think I was shocked, actually, because I've only known them two together and just I kind of see them as one unit. So again, I'm new, I'm so new, but that's all I've known. So I just feel like they're such a tight unit. To see them come against each other is wild, but I find it interesting and I'm actually excited to watch it.
My next question to you, Tammy, who's going to win?
You know what? I have no basis scientifically for this, but I'm saying Dax.
Dax?
That's the one with the less hair, right?
Brave, who's going to win?
I have no clue, man. I really, really don't. I don't know where they're going to put this. And so we'll see. I don't even know if I'm really that excited about it because I don't like it when tag teams are fighting each other.
You know what I'm less excited about? The fact that Bret Hart's not going to come into AEW and manage them because they've been feeding us this for a few weeks. And then I read something the other day, and then I did a little more research, and it sounds like the rumors are out now. Bret Hart may have signed a decent Legends or Legacy agreement with his, the old company, which would obviously prevent him from doing anything with AEW anytime soon. Because I saw he's managing them actually in this match against Brock. And does Brock have Lee as his partner for that match against them with Big Time Wrestling? I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but Bret Hart's going to be their manager, and Arn's going to be managing Brock and somebody.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah. But no Bret Hart in AEW apparently. Which means that anything can happen with FTR, and we will never see Bret Hart, despite the fact that them and Punk have been like, hey, look at us. We're going to do all Bret's old matches.
Well, that's too bad.
I don't know enough about any of this to weigh in. So
it sounds like Bret's probably got a good contract on the line with,
Oh,
whatever.
Sure. Probably got more money.
Yeah.
That's what
probably quite a bit more.
Exactly. So then we get into the main event. Jade Cargill versus Maria Shafir. Velvet and Hogan were the baddies. Jade puts her out in the ring into the baddies, and they start chopping her. Jade dominates the first half. Jade with a power slam. Fists to the rib. She kept working that rib, man, just like grinding into that rib. Jade actually looked like a real wrestler at this point, man. She was really, I thought it was pretty good. And then Marina steps up after the break. Flips Sterling, which I thought was brilliant. That was awesome. Jade with a kick almost knocks her like into the first row of that one kick. And then she slams her to that table, man. And that was just, that was scary, that table slam. And then Jaded, she gets pinned. And then Hogan and Velvet jump in and start flapping around the money and all that stuff. Tammy's notes.
Well, I mean, you covered most of it. Money. So I'll see. Similar to what you were saying. Marina looks fired up. I don't see how Marina wins this, but I wish, but I don't think so. Jade's throwing Marina around. Now Baddie's throwing popcorn, hitting her, and then Baddie's kiss Jade? What on earth is going on? I don't like this. Is Jade doing basketball moves? Did anybody see that? Marina isn't faring so great. Marina's getting in there now, though. Hit Sterling. Ooh, she dumped him. Loving Shafir right now. Oh, no. Shafir's getting pummeled again. Jade wins. Boo. But Shafir did great. I would say it was a decent Jade wrestle for Jade.
Where's the lie? That's perfectly accurate. Hey, pause real quick. So you guys are telling me Jade Cargill now also needs to cheat to win. How many people in AEW are they going to have that have friends and distractions and bullshit and interruptions in matches? Did we really run to a point already so fast that Jade couldn't win by herself? If so, then what I've been saying this entire time means Jade should not be champion. She fucking shouldn't be the champion. Come on, man. Seriously. Marina Shafir, I said this when it was announced. I said it was bullshit. They're going to feed her to her for no reason, and it's going to suck. I'm not wrong. This match was good, but it wasn't great. Shafir's had more, like, they're building Shafir, right? They're building her. Then they put her in this match with Jade Cargill, and suddenly she's not as strong. She's not as fast. She's not as dominant. And Jade Cargill wasn't either. Cargill was not impressive here. Not, I can whoop Marina Shafir's ass impressive here. This does not work for me.
So
doesn't work. It's stupid.
Were you expecting a squash match? Should it have been a squash match?
No. Marina Shafir should not have been in this match. If they were going to let Jade get her 30th win and be 30 and all this shit. And she's going to have Red Velvet and Kiera Hogan there and everything's all this bullshit. Don't put Marina Shafir in there. You just started building her hard. Like they're pushing her very heavy. And then they're just going to be like, oh no, you're going to lose to the second women's champion.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see your point. I do see your point.
This wasn't a world title match. For this championship? Did Marina Shafir deserve to lose this match? Does anybody think that's true? No, they don't.
No, I knew she wasn't going to win going in, though. I knew this was all set up.
It's horse shit, and I've been complaining about Jade for months. This is not how you have a good women's division. It's not believable. It takes you out of reality, and it gets really obnoxious really quickly.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
I agree.
I see that. I see your point for sure. So we'll have to see where everything goes.
I like it.
And we've got some pretty good stuff coming up this Wednesday. It's going to be fun. They haven't really announced anything for Rampage, just like a couple bouts, right? I can't remember.
Oh, I'm sure like it's 3 seconds after this goes live, there'll be like 20 new announcements that we missed. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Rampage will probably be okay.
Yeah. There you go.
It's a 10 o'clock show on a Friday night. Until they fix that, they're not going to make it too crazy.
That's true. Very true. So looking forward to the week ahead. And I guess that's about it. That's all. We're wrapping it up from here at the Murder Theater Podcast. Check out our YouTube page if you're listening. If you're watching, you can get us on Podbean, Stitcher, all those stuff where you get your podcast from. Spotify. We're going to be on Samsung. We're going to be on Apple pretty soon. And we will catch you guys next time. From all of us here, have a great week. Peace.